kind of weak though for you to say you were the man in all these places and then you took a step down in the NBA once you got among greats. I don't know. I don't. How Cat Williams said, I don't think I would have told anybody that. Do YouTube, welcome back to the channel. While you in here, hit that like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you'll be notified every time Her Takes uploads a new video. All right, let's jump into Mr. Trae Young, what he got going on right now. For this beef that Trae has with Pat Bev. Now, in my opinion, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. In a way, as a fan, it felt good to see him speak up. But then I feel like, Trae, you need to channel that energy in where you stay focused. In other words, just stay focused. Keep that energy, stay focused. Hopefully this will light a spark in him and it'll help him to keep going on and pushing this upcoming season, because now he got a point to prove. Get that Larry Bird mentality and let this motivate him to push his squad through this Eastern Conference. So let's jump into this Pat Bev reaction, see what he had to say. Let's see what's up with it.
You've been to one conference finals. I've been to one conference finals. What year was that for you? Just another fact, year 9. The year I made it was year 3. Just a fact. You want to know another one? You averaged 7 points and 2 is... I don't even know how I'm doing this.
Now, if any other all-star would have said something, I would have let it slide. But you out of all people, you had no room to say it.
See, that right there is the problem that I have as it relates to Trae Young. Because the only reason why he would let that come out of his mouth is to prove what we Atlanta fans and even Trae and other people that really know have complained about. Trae has no respect. He's underrated, and people just don't believe in his game. This man been leading the league in assists. I think Halliburton beat him out one year, like barely, and he's been carrying this team when he came. You know, he's been carrying this team. We went all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals with Trae as the leader. And here we have, this is just a level of disrespect. Here we have a role player. I think he may have gotten 6 Man of the Year once. I don't know. I ain't do no research on Pat Bev. He's a really, really good defender. That's the biggest thing I have in my mind about Pat, is that he's a pesty defender. That's the biggest thing I got. But for you to come on here and say you'll take it from any all-star except for him, as many times this man's been snubbed, it just proves how people view him, and it's sad. It really, really is. But we'll hear what else he got to say.
You haven't done anything. So when it comes to criticism, why the fuck you can't be criticized? Like, what have you done when you can't be criticized? Like, we criticize Russell Westbrook, a 2-time MVP. Motherfuckers call him Westbrook. We criticize LeBron James, right? We criticize all these people. What? Who the fuck said you can't be criticized? Like, you haven't done anything. So until you've done something, yes, you have to be criticized. And you should appreciate it, because the criticism isn't coming from a player who hasn't played. It's coming from somebody who's shared the floor with you.
But it's coming from somebody that didn't make the All-Stars. Do we have any All-Stars on his record? I don't think so. I really, really don't. However, also, the other point I wanted to make, you know, you say he hasn't done anything. Boy, before you sat down to do this video, why didn't you do your homework? Why didn't you see what all Trae has done before you sat down and do this video? And he only responded because he has been an all-star. He's been in the all-star votings and just barely got snubbed the times that he didn't make it. So he's been up there. So he can speak on what you said. He can.
Left a mark in the NBA. Right? So, like, miss me with all that. Like, I'm with you. You're the fastest person to 12,000 points, and you're the fastest person to 4,000 assists.
Oh, but he ain't do nothing, though. You just said he ain't never did nothing.
And you get scored on the most in the NBA. Empty stats, we call it. That's the...
He ain't got to play defense. We got a squad. We gonna look at the squad in a minute. They all don't play defense. He ain't got to play defense. We need him to dish that ball, hit them floaters and them threes on you. He ain't got to play no defense. Yeah, he a defensive liability. That's why we got the right front office in place to take care of that. So, we'll let you get off on that one. He ain't got to play defense.
That's the truth. That is the hard truth, bro. Like, that's the truth. And use it as motivation. And it's going to be motivation because, you got on your platform, you said your thing, you popped your shit. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did, bro. Like, I appreciate that. It makes me sense. You got a sense of fire in you, but the truth is the truth, bro. You don't win. And until you start winning, is when your word can become bigger. If this was anybody else, I'd take it. You know what? KD, you got it. I can't say nothing to you. What I'm going to say to KD, Brian, you got it. But you, on the other hand, nah, you ain't got it. Humble yourself. Embrace the constructive criticism. Get better at that and move the fuck on. We don't have to keep going back like this a motherfucking YouTube debate. Like, it ain't that deep. You talk about uncomfortable. You talk about me coming to the league at 24. Do you know where I was at before you get the name and shit? Right? You talk about being uncomfortable. You think you can make it out of second division Ukraine? Right? You think you can go to Greece? Make a team. Right? Make a team and get out of Greece and get drafted. You think you can go play in Russia for 3 years? Make it out? Still go to the NBA? You talking about uncomfortable? I'm the motherfucker that know uncomfortable more than anybody, right? But
Hold on. You don't think Trae has been uncomfortable being a 6-foot guard? Little something. I get mad at him for taking his little ass to the paint all the time. I get mad at him. You don't think he had to overcome something? To be a 6-foot guard in the NBA, leading the team to the Eastern Conference Finals, first to 12,000 points, 4,000 assists, the first one to those stats, like you said, lead the number one option on his squad, and making it to some All-Star games. You don't think that was tough for him? Even in college, you don't think that was tough for him to make it to where he is? You got to know that was tough because you're not in his shoes, and you're a guard. So everybody, my point is, everybody got their issues, their obstacles that they had to overcome, bro. You don't get to just sit here and talk about yours and act like he didn't have any obstacles to overcome, because he did.
With all that, we go talk facts, right? Like, because I like to go facts. And anything I say, right, is don't take it how I'm saying it. Just take it, is it true, yes or no? Simple as that, right? Facts. This is a fact. Everyone that comes sees Trae Young, they get thrown out the building by their con. Players come, they see you, they get traded. Coaches come, they coach you, they get traded. GMs come, they govern the team, and then they get fired. Everyone that sees Trae Young gets fired. That's the truth.
We're not going to speak on that because we don't know the true stories behind all that. It might be true. I don't know. I've heard the Coach Killer thing, Lloyd Pierce, Nate McMillan, all that. We heard about all that. I don't know. We're not going to speak on that. We don't know.
That is the truth, right? No one has Coach Killer. Like, no one has. People are scared to play in Atlanta. This is the truth. I don't know if you know or not. Feel me? I really don't know if you know or not, right? Players don't want to come play in Atlanta. Coaches don't want to come coach in Atlanta. Lloyd Pierce, great young coach. Nick McMillan, phenomenal coach. Cooked when they came and saw him. Cooked. We talking about coaches who had bright futures, right? People come see you. After they leave you, they're cooked. That's the truth. When I was up.
But also the truth is, big name stars ain't never wanted to come to Atlanta for whatever reason. Atlanta supposed to be the Mecca, right? But for some reason, they ain't never wanted to come to Atlanta. We just had the little dweeb Alex Sarr don't draft me. Didn't want to come to Atlanta. Who else was that? Didn't want to come to Atlanta. Told him not to draft him. Tyrese Halliburton. Don't draft me. Don't want to come to Atlanta. Which, I think they had, I don't know their reasonings. Pascal Siakam, when he was trying to see where he was going to go after Toronto, I don't think he wanted to come to Atlanta either. So I don't think that it's because of Trae. I don't. I think there's other reasons people don't want to come to the A. Just my opinion. But who knows? It could be because of Trae. I don't know. I'm not going to debunk him on this one. I don't know. I wish we could have gotten a big name player, but we never have.
Overseas, you can ask anybody, the man. When I was in college, the man. In high school, the man. Can you?
So was Trae. However, he became the man in the NBA too. Let's see what he's finna say though. I didn't mean to cut him off.
Be the man and come to the NBA and be a whole nother different role? Can you be an offensive threat your whole career, come to the NBA, all of a sudden you're the best defensive player? These are your words, not mine. These are you saying words about me. I'm a great defensive player. Can you switch your roles and become a great defensive player? You mentioned all the guys I played with.
That's kind of weak though for you to say you were the man in all these places and then you took a step down in the NBA once you got among greats. I don't know. How Cat Williams said, I don't think I would have told anybody that.
Right. All the guys I played with, right? All the guys I played with. LeBrons, the James Hardens, the Kawhis, the Giannis's, the Dames, right? You name all these guys, right? But like, if I'm working out in Houston, James Harden is in Houston working out, not James Harden is working out at another place. Every time we see you, you're working out at another place. We never see you in the Hawks arena working out. What teammate? What leader? Like, I come to the Lakers facility, LeBron is there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I come to Milwaukee Bucks facility to get my work in. Greek is there already. James Harden has been there, practices, and he gonna come back that night. You're the only person we see on the internet never at your practice facility.
I will say this. If he is telling the truth about this, maybe he got some inside. Whoever his source is probably told him that Trae never came to the Atlanta Hawks training facility. I agree, Trae. Now, we all talk about camaraderie and team chemistry and things of that nature. If this is true, Trae, you definitely need to fix that. I get it. You got the money. You got a nice facility in Oklahoma. During the off season, that makes sense. You're not in Atlanta. I get that. But when you're in Atlanta, I think he comes to the training facility. I would think. I would hope anyway. But I don't know if he's telling the truth. If you got some little off place in Atlanta that you can go work out, that you don't go to the Hawks facility, shame on you.
It's why. It's why. Like we gonna be real. Let's be real. That's real. You're not a great leader. Can you be a great leader? Yes. Yes, you can. Right. Will it take this? Probably so. Regardless how it goes, it's gonna be good that comes out of this. Regardless, right? I hope this is motivating. Right?
Facts.
I hope that you get to the end of the year and you fighting for a playoff spot. I hope that this is so fucking motivating that this takes you to the Eastern Conference. I hope. Trust me, I like to see you at half court shipping them little ass shoulders. Right? But don't get it twisted, Trae. Like, don't get it twisted. When you talk about facts and basketball, these are facts. You don't win. People get fired. Simple as that. And we talk about like roles, right? We talk about what you say 7 points, right? Like that was my role, right? To make motherfuckers like you look good, right? To make motherfuckers who don't play defense, who are liabilities in the fourth quarter. If it's a tie game and the other team has the ball, you cannot be on the court. This is the truth. Everybody used to come want to play in Atlanta. Every coach used to come want to coach in Atlanta.
Not true.
Like, Atlanta is ATL shawty. Like, everybody want to be in the A.
Not true.
You got there, they've been awful. They've been god awful. The last point guard who held it down was Jeff Teague. He was just on a power with him. Was Jeff Teague.
Now, we're not going to disrespect Schroeder like that. Now, Schroeder didn't lead us to an Eastern Conference Finals, but he held it down. You know, Schroeder got his little, he popped it off a little bit. You know, we went to a couple of, I'm not sure how deep in the playoffs we went, maybe second round, or like that. But he got us to a couple of playoffs while he was there. Because I want to say Teague left in 2015 when they decided to dismantle the team and all that crap. Bud left and all them left. Al Horford, they brought in Dwight Howard and all that. And then, you know, Schroeder took over the helm. Come on now. You got to give Schroeder a little credit now. Come on now. But, you know, he didn't lead us to a finals the way, Eastern Conference Finals the way Trae and Teague did. I get that. But he did hold it down a little bit now. Come on, Pat. Don't do Schroeder like that.
All-star. Also. Want the main player, got farther than you.
Come on now. See, that's what gets me right there. Do your homework, Pat. Do a little research before you sit down in front of the camera and the microphone. Now, they got to the same level. In fact, Trae may have gotten a little further because I want to say Trae lost in Game 6 and Teague and them got swept by Bron and them. I think. I am talking and I didn't look it up either, but I think I might be a little right here. So what you just said is not accurate. Teague did not get further than Trae. That ain't accurate.
Like, so come on with all that, dog. I'm all with you, Trae. I'm all with you. The game needs it. The game needs you to be in the playoffs. Right? You're the closest motherfucking thing when it comes from shooting the ball to Steph Curry. You're the closest motherfucking thing. The game needs you. But you gotta sacrifice yourself more for the better of the team. And sometimes that means your game. Or sometimes that means your personality. Straight up. And that's all it is. Constructive criticism. Take it how you fucking want to take it. It don't matter to me. But don't take it personally. And I'm all with it. Right? You call me anything, you call me crazy, you can call me delusional, right? But where I'm from, you have to be delusional to even make it out, right? I know you talking about me standing on the table, me with my jersey. Where I'm from, we celebrate all wins, even the minor shit. Where I'm from, we celebrate waking up and making it back home. We celebrate every fucking win, and that's your issue right there. Anybody can celebrate the big wins. Motherfucker, yes, you damn right. Took off jersey, stood on the motherfucking table, swung it in the air like this. You damn right I did. Do it again. We celebrate all wins. For real. Get out your feelings. Stop acting like a little boy. And when you talk, peep your motherfucking chest up and say it with heart.
Now, I'm not going to lie. He was right with that one about say it with your chest. Because when I did watch Trae's response, the one before this one, in my mind, but that's who he is. That's his character. But that was kind of funny when he said it with your chest. Because Trae was talking a little soft, but that's just who he is, man. You can't knock a person for who they are. But that was funny when he said that. Just like Pat Bev said, I hope that this motivates Trae. Get that spark under him to, get out there and grind and lead this team to the finals. And it's crazy because normally I say, I don't hope we don't do a play-in. No, finals. I want us to make it to the finals.